Hello everyone, thank you for choosing to listen to my presentation about the very on-trend GLP-1 receptor gene. We're learning more and more about this gene every day because it has been implicated as an integral factor in obesity treatment, particularly in relation to its role in the new weight loss drug Ozempic. Essentially, the GLP-1 receptor gene codes for the GLP-1 receptor, which goes on to receive GLP-1, which stands for glucagon-like peptide 1. This is a hormone that is released upon glucose intake, so essentially when you eat. It then stimulates insulin secretion upon receptor binding. This in turn lowers blood sugar. Overall, the activation pathway signals to the brain that the stomach is full and has you stop eating. GLP-1 has other effects that promote weight loss. It is known to delay gastric emptying, meaning it slows down the movement of food through your body. According to one 2017 study published in the Journal of Diabetes and Metabolism, it also inhibits glucagon release in a glucose-dependent manner. This means it keeps you from feeling the effects of low blood sugar. This is true for both diabetic and non-diabetic patients. When something goes wrong with the GLP-1 receptor gene, like overactivity or binding issues, there is miscommunication between the brain and the stomach. Problematic variants of this gene are referred to as loss of function variants. In these cases, the stomach may be screaming, "Stop, I'm full, there's too much glucose around here," and the brain is like, "What did you say? You're on mute." GLP-1 receptor mutations are also implicated in diabetes because without proper binding, there is no insulin release. In terms of pinpointing specifically harmful variants of the GLP-1 receptor gene, one 2022 Polish study published in Frontiers in Endocrinology studied a series of variants and found that subjects who were homozygous for the RS6923761 variant had a statistically significant higher risk of excessive body mass, whereas homozygous carriers of the RS2268641 variant had a lower risk of being overweight. People who inherited one of each fell in the middle of the two BMI categories, suggesting an incomplete dominance pattern. If you're homozygous for variant RS6923761, or even just a carrier, your body may be putting additional roadblocks in the way of any attempts to lose weight or manage blood sugar. This is where Ozempic comes into play. The active ingredient in Ozempic is semaglutide, which is a GLP-1 agonist, meaning it has the same effects as GLP-1. Therefore, by injecting semaglutide, you can induce insulin release and a feeling of fullness on fewer calories. According to a 2022 study published in Nature Metabolism, people with dysfunctional GLP-1 receptors can compensate using agonists. It is not entirely clear what about these variants is causing increased BMI, but the relationship is being investigated. This is not to say that semaglutide will only work on individuals with particular cellular receptor variants. Most people, no matter their genotype, will feel fuller and maintain a stable blood sugar on semaglutide. Several studies, like a 2022 randomized control trial published in the New England Journal of Medicine, have achieved results showcasing the efficacy of semaglutide and other GLP-1 agonists on weight loss and blood sugar management, regardless of receptor variants. Here are all of those studies that I just referenced in my presentation. And thank you for listening. This was a super simplified presentation of a complex metabolic process, but I encourage anyone listening to keep your ears open for new developments on this exciting drug because there is a lot more to come and a lot to learn. Have a wonderful summer.